Hi boys and girls. Today we're going to go over the selection how not to clean your room. You're going to need your red pen and your selection packet. We're going to go over the entire selection today. So if you get something wrong, circle it and fill in the bubble, or put an X next to your extended response and write the correct answer next to it. If you have any questions about why you got something correct or not, ask me afterwards. Here we go. Darren is my name and I get plenty of ideas. Some of them work great. There was my decomposer plan. That one started Tuesday morning. Mom said, clean up that mess in your room. I said, okay, but when I went to my room, I realized I had a major problem. There was a huge pile of junk on the floor. All the way to school, I tried to get ideas of how to clean my room without working too hard. Not much happened at school until we did ecology. We had put dirt in an aquarium and planted grass and bean seeds. We added water, then we put in some crickets and lizards. Mateo got to put in some earthworms and I got to add a few pill bugs. The worms and pill bugs were the decomposers. Mrs. Rip explained that these decomposers eat up dead leaves, rotten logs, and dead bodies. There are lots of other decomposers in nature too, like mushrooms and molds. Mrs. Rip said that without decomposers, nature's leftovers would pile up. Bingo! That's when the idea hit me. If decomposers can clean up nature's litter, it would be easy for them to clean up my room. Once Mom and I got into the house that evening, I got busy. I got a bucket and shovel and started scouting around outside. I found 6 earthworms, I picked mushrooms from the lawn, I found some pill bugs, then I found a rotting log. When I'd filled the bucket with all the stuff, I sneaked it into my bedroom closet. After Mom said goodnight, I spread all the decomposers over my junk pile and went to bed. When I woke up, my room smelled funny. I figured that just meant the decomposers were working. I could hardly wait for Mom to pick me up. As soon as I opened the front door, Mom started sniffing. The house really did smell funny. Mom checked out the rooms. Then she yelled, "Darren, what have you done to your room? You have to clean it up now." "I can't," I said. "The decomposers need another day." The D what? Explaining it was hard. At first she looked angry, then she laughed. She told me, "That works in the woods because the decomposers have lots of time and everything they need. It can take years for decomposers to clear away litter," she said. "Come on, I'll help you clean this up." So we cleaned. She made me vacuum the carpet and catch all the pill bugs. Later she said, "If you're really interested in decomposers, you can help me start a compost pile in the garden. We can put kitchen scraps in the pile. The worms and bacteria will turn it into soil. Okay?" "Sure," I said. Here's our word bank. We have bacteria, living things so small they can only be seen with a microscope. Some bacteria cause sickness. Others make useful changes in other living things. Compost, rotting leaves, grass, fruits, vegetables, and other material that can be added to soil to help lawns and gardens grow better. And ecology, the study of how different plants and animals live together. Okay, let's get started. So, number 21 asks us, what is the theme of this selection? That means, what is the big idea? What do they want us to learn? Let's see what our choices are. A, everything found in nature is beautiful. B, learn all the facts before you try something. C, telling lies causes everyone a lot of trouble. Well, I know there was a rotting log and some pill bugs and some other things that I really don't think are beautiful. And that's an opinion someone would have. So I'm going to dump that dud. I know that that's not a good choice. Learn all the facts before you try something. If Darren had known all the facts, he probably wouldn't have put all the decomposers in his bedroom. C, telling lies causes everyone a lot of trouble. Well, he didn't really lie. He snuck something in, and they kind of figured it out and worked out a solution. So they really didn't cause too much trouble, just a little bit of stink. So I'm going to say, but I know for sure, learning all the facts would have helped Darren out. I'm going to put this as my answer. Okay, let's go on. The students put two different things, kinds of things in the aquarium, living things and things that are not alive. Write one example on each line. I don't remember what they put in the aquarium. So I'm going to go back and find those things, and then I'll list them all under something living and something not living. You only need to have one in each spot. Okay, let's see. Here we go. All right, so I see I'm going to keep mine blue for the things that are living, and then I will change to a different color for the things that are not living. That'll make it easy for me to keep track. Okay, we put dirt, there's something they put in, but dirt's not alive, in the aquarium, and planted grass. Ooh, grass is alive. And bean seeds. Bean seeds are alive. They grow into plants. We added water. Water's not living. How about crickets? Yep, definitely. And lizards. Those are alive. Let me see if there's anything else that's living. Mateo put in some earthworms. Okay, and I got to add a few pill bugs. Those are both living too. I'm going to change to green for the ones that are not living. And, okay, dirt and water. I'm going to read the next paragraph and make sure there's nothing else that I need to find. The worms and pillbugs were the decomposers. Miss Rip explained that these decomposers eat up dead leaves, rotten logs, and dead bodies. There are lots of decomposers in nature too, like mushrooms and molds. Okay, that was just part of her explanation of what they did. Those things were not put into the aquarium, only the ones that we've already underlined. So let's go back, and I'm going to start adding in my answers. Something living. One was earthworms. Oops. And he also had pill bugs. I remember bean seeds. Oops. And grass. Okay, and I'm going to go back and make sure I got them all as soon as I get finished typing. The things that were not living, I remember there was dirt and water. Let me make sure I got them all. Earthworms, pill bugs, got those. Grass, bean seeds, ooh, crickets and lizards. Dirt and water were the non-livings. I got all those. I'm glad I checked back so that I could add more for you if those were your answers. Crickets, lizards. Like I said, you should only have one of those answers listed for each. Okay, when does Darren get the idea to use decomposers in his room? A, on Tuesday morning when his mother tells him to clean up his room. B, when he smells something funny coming from his bedroom. Or C, after his teacher tells him how decomposers clean up nature. I remember this one. He did this after his teacher told him how decomposers cleaned up nature. He was trying to figure out a plan, but I'm going to go back and find that answer and prove it to myself. Okay, so his mom told him he had to clean up, and all the way to school he tried to get ideas to clean his room. Not much happened at school until we did ecology. When they did the aquarium, Mrs. Rip explained decomposers. Bingo! That's when the idea hit me. If decomposers can clean up nature's litter, it would be easy for them to clean up my room. Now I'm going to check it. After his teacher tells him how decomposers clean up nature. Number 24. These sentences are from the selection. I got a bucket and shovel and started scouting around outside. I found 6 earthworms. What does scouting mean in this sentence? A, jumping, B, searching, C, building. Let me put those words in. I got a bucket and shovel and started jumping around outside. I found 6 earthworms. Does that make sense? Nope. I got a bucket and shovel and started scouting around outside. I found 6 earthworms. Or searching around outside. I found 6 earthworms. That sounds great. How about this one? I got a bucket and shovel and started building around outside. I found 6 earthworms. That doesn't make sense. My answer is searching. Scouting means searching. Okay. This sentence is from the selection. When I'd filled the bucket with all the stuff, I sneaked it into my bedroom closet. I'd is the contraction for which words? I did, I had, I could. When I did fill the bucket, that doesn't make sense. When I had filled the bucket, that sounds good. When I could filled the bucket, that doesn't sound right. Our answer is I had. What happens right after Darren spreads the decomposers all over his junk pile? A, Darren goes to bed. B, Darren's mother started sniffing. C, Darren and his mother start cleaning. Let's look back. So when he spreads the decomposers, he filled the bucket with the things. After Mom said goodnight, I spread the decomposers over my junk pile and went to bed. There's our answer. Underline it. Awesome. Number 27, why does Darren decide to put decomposers in his room? A, he wants to make a really big mess. B, he wants to do an extra project for school. C, he wants an easy way to get rid of the junk. I remember this answer, but I'm going to go back and double check and make sure. Okay, said okay to Mom, but when I left the room, I realized I had a major problem. There was a huge pile of junk. All the way to school, I tried to get ideas for how to clean my room without working too hard. And over here's our second one. Bingo, that's when the idea hit me. The decomposers can clean up nature's litter. It would be easy for them to clean up my room. So our answer is he wants an easy way to get rid of the junk. Okay, number 28. What was Darren's problem? Tell how he tried to solve it and made things worse. Then tell the problem, how the problem was solved at the end. So, okay, so his problem was, let me see here. His problem was he needed to clean up his messy room. Okay, so there's the problem. Whoops, I'm sorry. Let me try to grab this out of the way. And, okay, so he needed to clean up his room. Then it asks, what happened next? And up at the top it tells me, tell how he tried to solve it and made things worse. Okay, so he tried to solve it. He put decomposers in his room. That's how he tried to solve it. Okay, now I'm going to look back up at the top and it says, and made things worse. How did that make things worse? I'm going to look back for that one. It made things worse because it made his house smell funny. Okay, his room started to smell bad. Something like that. And there are many answers you could put here. I'm going to put the decomposers made the house smell funny. Okay. You could also put something like he put decomposers in. He can put decomposers in his room for the first one, but you could put he found decomposers, and then for the next one he put decomposers in his room. You could put his room started to smell bad. His mother found decomposers in his room. His mother got angry with him. He made his room a bigger mess, anything like that. And we'll double check your answer when we go over this together in a small group. Okay? And D, how was the problem solved? Darren and his mother cleaned his room. That's how they solved the problem. So I'm going to go back and double check that really quick. You could put that Darren cleaned it up, something like that. And it says right here, so we cleaned. She made me vacuum the carpet and catch all the bugs. Okay, last question. When Darren's